I told the man I loved that his job was low-paying and pointless. A week later, he quit. And then, he quit me too. My name is Sarah. I'm 29. For almost 4 years, I thought I had the perfect relationship. Tom wasn't flashy. He wasn't rich. But he was steady. He was the kind of man who'd wake up early on Sundays to make pancakes. The kind of man who'd notice my car brakes felt off and fix them before I even asked. He worked as a mechanic at a small neighborhood garage, the same place he started at when he was 19. When we first met, I loved how proud he was of his work. He'd come home with grease on his hands, telling me stories about helping people get back on the road. He knew everyone by name. It was simple, honest, humble work. But over time, something in me shifted. Maybe it was seeing my friends get whisked away on weekend trips, their boyfriends buying them expensive gifts. Maybe it was scrolling through Instagram, couples in matching outfits, sipping cocktails in rooftop bars. Or maybe it was just me, restless, wanting more, convincing myself that love wasn't enough without the lifestyle I thought we deserved. At first, I kept it inside. I told myself not to be shallow. But little thoughts crept in, about how his paycheck barely covered his share of the bills, about the vacations we couldn't take, about the wedding I wasn't sure we could afford. I started dropping hints. Have you ever thought about applying somewhere bigger? You'd be great at managing a team. He'd just smile and say, I like it here. It's honest work. I'm happy. But happy didn't feel like enough. Happy didn't pay for honeymoons in Greece. Happy didn't buy us a better apartment. And every time he said it, frustration grew inside me. One Friday night, we were eating takeout on the couch. I had just gotten off a call with a friend whose fiancé surprised her with tickets to Italy. She was glowing, gushing about 5-star hotels and romantic dinners. When I hung up, I looked around our apartment, the worn couch, the peeling paint on the windowsill, and something inside me snapped. Tom was telling me a funny story from work. I wasn't listening. I was too busy counting everything we didn't have. And before I could stop myself, the words came out. Your job is low-paying and pointless. You need to aim higher. The room went silent. He didn't yell, didn't move. He just set his fork down. I thought you were proud of me, he said, so quietly I almost didn't hear him. My stomach dropped. I tried to backpedal, I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted you to see your potential. But the damage was done. The words hung in the air, heavy and sharp, impossible to take back. He didn't argue. He didn't fight. He just finished his meal in silence and told me he was going to bed early. The next few days felt different. He still kissed me goodbye in the mornings, but it was quick, distracted. At night, I found him on his laptop, scrolling through job postings. He didn't ask for my opinion. He didn't tell me what he was applying for. Part of me thought maybe this was good, maybe I had pushed him in the right direction. But another part of me was uneasy. His eyes didn't light up when he talked to me anymore. Our conversations became short, polite. Like roommates sharing space, not lovers sharing a life. A week later, he came home early. He looked exhausted, but there was something else too, a decision. I quit today, he said flatly. I froze. I couldn't do it anymore. Not after knowing you think so little of it. I opened my mouth to explain, to soften it, but he kept going. I've been thinking. Maybe this isn't just about my job. Maybe you don't value me, the real me. And if that's the case, no new job is going to fix it. My chest tightened. That's not fair. I love you. He looked at me steadily. Do you? Or do you love the version of me that earns more, ticks more boxes, and fits the picture in your head? I didn't know what to say. His voice was calm but final. He reached into his pocket, pulled out his apartment key, and placed it on the table. I'm going to stay with my brother. I need space. Honestly, I think you do too. I stood frozen as he packed a small bag and walked out. That night, I sat staring at the empty spot where his shoes usually were. I thought about the first time I saw him in that oil-stained uniform, laughing with his co-workers. About how proud he was of fixing cars. About how I had crushed that pride under the weight of my expectations. The next morning, I texted him, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please come home. He didn't reply. Later that day, he called. His voice was steady, but distant. I've thought about it, Sarah. I don't think we're right for each other anymore. And just like that, it was over. No fight. No screaming. Just a quiet, clean break that left me gasping for air. In the weeks that followed, I replayed that moment over and over. The exact tone of my voice. The way his eyes clouded. I told myself I was only trying to help, but the truth was uglier. I measured his worth in paychecks, in promotions, in things he could be instead of who he already was. I confused ambition with love. I mistook comfort for complacency. And I pushed away the only man who ever showed up for me, without conditions. A month later, I walked past the garage where he used to work. Someone new was in his spot, laughing with a customer. For a moment, I imagined it was him, smiling at me the way he used to. But it wasn't. And it never would be again. I thought I was pushing him forward. All I did was push him away. And now, the only pointless thing is wishing I could take it back.